What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. We are starting to get all the information we wanted all this time about Phase 2 of Season of Discovery. Wowhead has started data mining all the new runes for each and every class. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Paladin. Alright guys, so let's take a look at some of the Paladin runes. We're going to start off with the belt runes. We have Engrave Belt Enlightened Judgments. Increase the range on your judgment by 30 yards and your spell hit with all spells by 17%. Wow, that's actually pretty crazy. We have Engrave Belt Infusion of Light. Increases the damage done by your Holy Shock by 20% and your damage and critical strikes with Holy Shock. Reset the cooldown on Holy Shock and Exorcism and refund the cost of Holy Shock. So we're getting some sort of like Shockadin vibes here. I really do like that. We have Sheath of Light. This one we saw yesterday. This is another belt rune. Dealing damage with your melee weapon increases your spell power by an amount equal to 30% of your attack power for 1 minute. In addition, your critical healing spells heal the target for 60% of the amount healed over 12 seconds. So basically, Sheath of Light is going to make it so that dealing damage with your weapon increases your spell power, and then you can, I mean, it seems like they're trying to make it so like Holy Paladins are going to be like DPSing kind of is the vibes that I'm getting from this, but I guess we'll see. They're definitely going to be really nice in PvP. I will say that. But this like spell hit with all spells by 17% on Enlightened Judgments, that's kind of throwing me for a loop, but let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments below. But moving on to the boot runes, we have Engraved Boots Guarded by the Light. Each time you hit a target with your melee weapon, you gain 5% of your maximum mana per 3 seconds for 15 seconds, but the amount healed by your Flash of Light, Holy Light, and Holy Shock spells is reduced by 50% during this mana regeneration. So Guarded by the Light is basically a mana regen, but you have to melee. You have to actually get in melee range in melee, but nonetheless, pretty nice for mana regen. We have Engraved Boots Sacred Shield. We all know and love Sacred Shield. Each time the target takes damage, they gain a Sacred Shield, absorbing 500 damage and increasing the Paladin's chance to critically hit with Flash of Light by 50% for up to 6 seconds. In addition, causes your Flash of Light to heal targets with Sacred Shield for an additional 100% over 12 seconds. This effect cannot occur more than once every 6 seconds, last 30 seconds. This spell cannot be on more than one target at a time, so we all know and love Sacred Shield. It seems like they're making Holy Paladins really strong with these runes, so you love to see it. They really have been lacking a little bit so far in Phase 1, so it's good to see them getting some love in Phase 2. And then we have Engraved Boots, the Art of War. Your melee critical strikes reset the cooldowns on Holy Shock and Exorcism. There it is. That's going to be huge for Paladin DPS. Art of War really does change the way playing DPS Paladin feels, so I'm really happy to see that. I might actually finish my Paladin now because I love the way some of these runes are looking. And let's move on to the Bracer runes. We have Engraved Bracers Improved Hammer of Wrath. The cooldown on Hammer of Wrath is reset each time it damages an enemy below 10%. So basically, if I'm understanding this right, what that means is when the enemy is at 10% or less, right, you're going to basically be able to sit there and spam Hammer of Wrath, right? The cooldown on Hammer of Wrath is reset each time it damages an enemy below 10%. So boss hits 10%, and you can now basically spam Hammer of Wrath with no cooldown until the boss is dead, which is pretty insane. So Paladins have a pretty nice execute phase now. And I'm really, really curious to see how this is going to be. That's actually nuts. Am I reading that right? I am, right? The cooldown on Hammer of Wrath is reset, right? So the cooldown is reset each time you damage an enemy below 10% health. Yeah, it's simple. So they just gave Paladins like a massive, massive execute, right? Like if that boss is at 10% health or lower and it takes you 20, 30 seconds to kill that boss, you have now, like 30 seconds would mean you casted, what is it, a 3-second cast? Like you have now casted 10 Hammer of Wraths. That is crazy. I actually cannot wait to see that in action. That's mind-blowing right there. We have Engraved Bracers Purifying Power. Reduces the cooldown on Exorcism and Holy Wrath by 50%. and Holy Wrath can now be cast at any target and will stun undead and demon targets for 2 seconds. So that's really cool. That's going to be a... I mean, I don't know why you would take that over the improved Hammer of Wrath. I mean, for trash, Purifying Power is going to be massive. Basically making Holy Wrath another AoE, right? That's basically what's happening here. It can be cast on any target, so yeah, you can use it for just AoEing, reduces the cooldown by 50%, and it will still stun undead and demons. So yeah, maybe for clearing trash, Purifying Power, and then bosses, you're going to use Hammer of Wrath. We have Purifying Power here again. I think that's just a mistake. Oh, here we go. We have some Helm runes here. We have Engrave Helm Fanaticism. Fanaticism. That's what it is, right? Fanaticism. Increase your critical strike chance with holy spells by 18%. Holy, dude, just 18%. That's insane. Engrave Helm Improved Sanctuary. What does this do? It increases the damage prevented by your Blessing of Sanctuary by 100%, and increases damage done by your Blessing of Sanctuary by 30% of your shield block value. Nice tanking rune right there. We have Engrave Helm Light's Grace. Your next Holy Light, your Holy Light spell reduces the cast time of your next Holy Light spell by 0.5 seconds, lasts 15 seconds. So casting Holy Light reduces the cast time on your next Holy Light by 0.5. We have Engrave Helm Wrath. Your consecration damage can now be critical strikes, and damage from your Exorcism, Holy Shock, Holy Wrath, and consecration spells gains additional critical strike chance equal to your melee critical strike chance. Holy, dude. Paladins are going to be AoE machines. Between the Helm rune, Wrath, right? And what was the other one we were just looking at? And Purifying Power on your bracers, so you now can use Holy Wrath on everything. Your Consecrate is critting based off of your melee crit. We have Art of War on our boots, which is insane. Your melee crits reset the cooldown on Holy Shock and Exorcism. Paladin's got some really nice runes. I'm really going to finish my Paladin now. This is pretty cool. They got some really, really cool stuff. This Execute phase with Hammer of Wrath is going to be just completely nutty. It's going to be nuts. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these runes down in the comments below. I think Paladin's got a lot of love here, and you love to see it. All right, guys, so lots of good stuff there. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. It really does help me out a lot. I'm going to be putting out a video for every single class for Phase 2, going over their new runes and any changes that these classes are getting. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video. And if you want to hang out with me live, I do stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/hammerdance. I'll drop a link to that in the description below this video. And if you want to join an awesome community Discord full of like-minded people who all enjoy geeking out over Classic WoW and Season of Discovery, we will welcome you with open arms. I'll drop a link to the Discord in the description as well. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching and listening in. I'll see you all in the next one.